Most preparedness advice gets one critical thing wrong, and the mistake could have serious consequences when a real emergency arrives. Nearly every prep guide starts with food. Build a pantry. Store rice and beans. Stockpile canned goods. And yes, food matters. But food is not the first priority. Water is. Think about the simple reality. A person can survive roughly 3 weeks without food. Without water, survival is measured in days. 3 weeks versus 3 days. That single comparison should shape every preparedness plan, yet most people build their strategy around the opposite assumption. The truth is simple. It does not matter how much food is sitting on your shelves if your family runs out of safe drinking water. In real-world emergencies, water almost always becomes the critical resource first. That is why today we are looking at the biology, the history, and the numbers behind water preparedness, and why it deserves to come before everything else. Start with the human body. Around 60% of your body is water. Every major system depends on it. Your circulation, digestion, temperature regulation, kidney function, and even your ability to think clearly all rely on proper hydration. When water intake stops, the decline begins quickly. Within the first day, headaches, fatigue, dry mouth, and reduced concentration start appearing. By the second day, dehydration becomes much more serious. Blood thickens, the heart works harder, the kidneys struggle to remove waste, and judgment begins to deteriorate. By the third day, especially in hot conditions or during physical activity, the risk of severe illness rises dramatically. Organ damage becomes possible, and the situation can rapidly become life-threatening. Food deprivation follows a completely different timeline. The human body stores energy in fat and glycogen. A healthy adult can endure weeks of reduced food intake before facing severe medical consequences. Hunger is unpleasant. Energy levels drop. Weight loss occurs. But for most people, the danger develops far more slowly than dehydration. That difference alone should settle the debate. Water is measured in days. Food is measured in weeks. History reinforces the same lesson. Again and again, major disruptions show that water becomes the primary challenge before food does. After Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, access to safe drinking water became one of the most urgent public health crises. Contaminated water sources contributed to widespread illness while many food supplies remained available. Following Hurricane Katrina, crowded emergency shelters struggled with sanitation and water-related disease. The crisis was driven as much by safe water shortages as by any lack of calories. Even during the years-long siege of Sarajevo, one of the defining images was not people searching for food. It was people risking their lives to collect water from wells and springs. Across disasters, wars, and civil emergencies, the pattern repeats itself. Water becomes the limiting factor first. There is another reason water deserves top priority. It is harder to replace. Food can often be stretched, rationed, traded, or supplemented. Water requires storage, treatment, filtration, or access to reliable sources. Solving the water problem usually demands more planning and infrastructure than solving the food problem. So if water comes first, how do you prepare correctly? The first item is bottled water. This is the simplest foundation. The standard recommendation is 1 gallon per person per day for at least 2 weeks. For a family of 4, that means 56 gallons minimum. Bottled water is inexpensive, easy to store, already purified, and ready to use immediately. The second item is larger storage containers. While bottled water works well, larger containers provide better volume. Stackable 7-gallon containers, 5-gallon jugs, and even 55-gallon barrels allow families to build substantial reserves without taking up excessive space. Properly stored water can remain usable for months when maintained correctly. The third item is a quality water filter. Stored water eventually runs out. A dependable filter turns available water sources into usable drinking water. Portable filters work well for individuals, while gravity-fed household systems offer long-term resilience for entire families. The fourth item is unscented household bleach. It serves as an inexpensive backup method for water purification and sanitation. When used correctly, it can help eliminate dangerous microorganisms and provide an additional layer of protection when filtration alone is not enough. And once those basics are covered, the next few items become even more powerful because they transform a limited supply into a complete water strategy. That complete water strategy begins with one of the most overlooked preparedness tools available. Item 5 is a bathtub water bladder. These inexpensive liners fit inside a standard bathtub and can hold roughly 100 gallons of clean water. When a major storm, grid issue, or emergency warning appears, you simply place the bladder in the tub and fill it. Within minutes, you have a massive protected reserve of drinking water. It stores compactly when not in use and delivers tremendous value when needed. Item 6 is a manual pump or siphon. Many people forget that their homes already contain hidden water reserves. A typical residential water heater may hold 40 to 80 gallons of usable water. Toilet tanks contain additional clean water as well. A simple siphon or pump allows access to these supplies during an outage. Even the ice stored in a freezer eventually becomes additional drinking water as it melts. These resources are not replacements for proper storage, but they provide valuable backup capacity. Item 7 is electrolyte replacement. Water alone is not always enough. During illness, extreme heat, or heavy physical activity, the body loses essential minerals along with fluids. Replacing only water can sometimes create additional problems. Electrolyte packets, sports drink mixes, or oral rehydration salts help maintain proper balance and are especially important for children, older adults, and anyone recovering from dehydration. Even a simple homemade mixture of water, salt, and sugar can provide effective support. Item 8 is rain collection capability. Every rainfall represents a potential source of water. A basic rain barrel connected to a downspout can collect dozens of gallons during a single storm. While rainwater gathered from roofs generally requires treatment before drinking, it is extremely useful for sanitation, cleaning, gardening, and other household needs. Multiple collection barrels can significantly expand a family's water resources during an extended disruption. Item 9 is knowledge. Unlike the other items, this one costs nothing. Learn where your nearby water sources are located. Identify streams, ponds, reservoirs, rivers, or other sources within walking distance. Know which locations remain reliable during dry conditions and how to reach them if transportation becomes unavailable. A water filter and purification method are only useful if you know where to find water to treat. When all 9 pieces work together, they create a complete preparedness system. Bottled water provides immediate access. Larger containers increase capacity. Filters create long-term sustainability. Bleach offers chemical treatment. Bathtub bladders deliver emergency storage. Pumps unlock hidden household reserves. Electrolytes support health during stressful conditions. Rain collection adds renewable supply. Knowledge of local sources extends resilience even further. The remarkable part is the cost. A strong water foundation for a family can often be built over several shopping trips for only a few $100s. Compared to many preparedness purchases, the return on investment is extraordinary. 3 lessons stand above everything else. First, water outranks food during the early stages of a crisis. The biology, the historical evidence, and the practical realities all point to the same conclusion. Water is the resource that becomes critical first. Second, preparedness works best in layers. No single item solves every problem. Storage, filtration, treatment, backup reserves, and renewable sources each fill a different role. Together, they create true resilience. Third, building this capability is achievable for almost any household. Most of the items on this list are affordable, easy to find, and capable of providing years of value. So what should you do first? Pick up several cases of bottled water and a gallon of unscented bleach. Add a bathtub water bladder to your emergency supplies. Then take a walk and identify the nearest reliable water source in your area. Those simple actions dramatically improve your preparedness in a very short amount of time. Preparedness is not about fear. It is about putting priorities in the correct order. Too many people focus on food first and water second. The evidence suggests the opposite approach. Build your water foundation before anything else, and every other preparedness step becomes more effective. If this information changed the way you think about preparedness, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may be stockpiling food while overlooking the resource that matters most.